Choose a comfortable seated position, on a height if you need, so that you can press the legs down and raise the trunk upwards. Keep your head in the center and fold the palms at the center of your chest. Take the upper arms back. Spread the collarbones away from the sides of your neck and move your upper back, the dorsal spine, inwards towards your folded palms. Close the eyes softly and move the pupils of the eyes back away from the lids. From the space between the eyebrows, soften the skin of the forehead towards the temples and let the temples move gently inwards. Soften the tongue, separate the teeth, bring a quietness to the ears, and move your awareness from the outside inwards. And then slowly open your eyes and bring your palms back down to your lap. The first pose that we're going to do today is called Adho Mukha Virasana. It's downward facing hero pose or child's pose. If you have 2 blocks, place them at the front edge of your mat by the sides of the mat, and then fold a blanket and place it between the 2 blocks. Sit back onto your heels, take the knees apart, keep the hips on the heels, and extend the arms forward, placing the hands on the blocks. Keep the elbows and the forearms away from the floor, and extend from the sides of your waist, through your armpits, through your elbows, and as you press the palms down, out through your fingers. Turn the upper arms up toward the ceiling and the outer arms down towards the floor to move the upper back deeper inwards toward the front, the back chest towards the front chest. Continue to extend forward from your waist through your fingers as you move the front of the thighs and the top of the thighs backwards towards your heels. Take a few breaths here, spreading the back muscles away from the spine and continuing that spreading as you exhale. Then place the hands down, bring yourself back upright, and take the props away. Put them to the side of your mat. From here, come to your hands and knees. Press the hands down. Take the knees hip distance and back a little behind the hips. Tuck the toes. Press the thighs back and come to Adho Mukha Svanasana. Press down through the palms and extend through the fingers again. Lift the upper arms up toward the shoulders, and as you did in the last pose, turn the inner arms toward the ceiling and the outer arms toward the floor. Lift the sides of the trunk and the chest up toward your thighs. Turn the front of the thighs in toward the center line and the back of the thighs away from the center line, and see how that creates more space in your lower back. Then press the top of the thighs, middle of the thighs, and hinges of the ankles back toward the wall behind you to move the shoulder blades deeper into your back. Finally, elongate the arches by pressing the toe mounds down and stretching back through your heels. Now walk forward with straight legs and come to Ardha Uttanasana. Half Uttanasana, fingertips on the floor, thighs move back, sides of the trunk extend forward. Bring the hands on the waist, inhale, and come all the way back up to standing. The next pose is Tadasana, the mountain pose. Stand with your feet at inner edges of the feet touching, or take them a little bit apart so that you can find an evenness in the 2 feet. Press both feet down evenly, spread the toes, lift the inner arches up, and press the 4th and 5th toe down to the floor so that the weight is even between the front and back of the foot the inner and outer edges of the foot. Roll the fronts of your thighs in toward the center line and the front of your calves out away from the center line, and feel the stability in your legs. Now reach the arms forward and inhale, take them up alongside of your ears. Urdhva Hastasana, the raised arms pose. Extend the arms from the sides of your waist through the armpits, the elbows, the wrists, and the fingers, and spread the collarbones away from the sides of your neck. Exhale, release the arms back down by your sides. Bring your fingers in front of your chest, bend your knees, and step or jump your arms and legs wide apart, 4 feet apart. Press down evenly into both feet and extend the arms from the middle of the breastbone. Turn the left foot in and turn the whole right leg out 90 degrees. Roll both thighs from the inside out. Press down into the little toe side of your left foot and the big toe side of your right foot. Lift the inner left thigh away from the inner knee and the outer right thigh away from the right knee. Inhale and then exhale, extend forward. Bring your right hand to your right shin. Roll your left shoulder back. Turn your trunk up towards the ceiling. The bottom ribs forward, the top ribs back, and then raise the left arm up. Press into your left foot, pull with your left arm and come out. Turn your right toes to face forward, turn your left leg out 90 degrees. Keep the abdomen, ribs, and chest facing forward, the thighs turning inside out. The right inner thigh lifts up away from the knee, the left outer thigh lifts up away from the left knee. And keep the center of the thigh, the shin, and the ankle in one line. Inhale. And then exhale, extend forward to the left, bring the hand down to the shin close to the ankle. Continue to press the outer edge of the right foot down. As you turn the bottom ribs forward, the top ribs back. Raise the top arm up, press into the right foot, come up, turn the toes to face forward, and step or jump the arms and legs back together again. Now we're going to repeat the pose and see if we can't get a little more length in the side ribs, the bottom side ribs, the right ones are going to the right. So press down evenly into both feet. Keep the outer edge of the left foot pressing down, the inner edge of the right foot down, and as you come forward now, extend from the right waist to the right armpit and bring the hand down. Keep the left hand on the waist and then roll the left shoulder back. Keep reaching back from the left outer hip to the left outer heel. Keep reaching up from the right outer knee to the outer hip. And then reach the top arm up. Press into your left leg, pull with your left arm and come up. Turn your right toes to face forward, turn your left leg out 90 degrees. Keep the outer edge of the right foot down. Keep the inner thigh of the left leg lifting up. Inhale. And then as you come forward, reach from the left waist all the way to the left armpit. Make the bottom ribs maximum length as you come down to Utthita Trikonasana. Turn the trunk to face forward. Raise the right arm up. And then press into your right foot. Pull with your right arm. Inhale, come all the way back up. Turn the feet to face forward. Take the legs back together. We'll take the legs apart. You can either step, as I just showed here, or jump 4 feet apart. We're going to turn the right leg out again, turn the left foot in, keep the extending from the left outer hip to the left outer heel, keep turning the right thigh out, and this time, with the abdomen, ribs, and chest facing forward, bend the right knee for Virabhadrasana 2, Warrior 2. You see how my left thigh is falling down toward the floor. Keep the inner thigh away from the floor, inner knees away from one another. Turn and look out over your right hand. Straighten the right leg and turn for the other side. Keep the right outer hip to the right outer heel pressing down. Glue that right outer edge of the foot to the floor as you bend the left knee and make a square. Keep the left hip up away from the thigh. Turn and look out over the left hand. Reach through both arms. Keep the inner knees away from one another. Press down into your right foot, turn your left toes forward, and step or jump your arms and legs back together again. Now, take a brick for the next pose, which is Utthita Parshva Konasana, extended side angle pose. Come again to Virabhadrasana 2, the last pose that you did. Turning the right leg out, the left foot in, and keep the extension from that left outer hip all the way to the left outer heel so that the left outer edge of the foot glues down as you bend the right knee and make a square. Inhale, and then exhale, reach the right arm out and bring the hand down to your brick, which is outside of your right foot. With the left hand on the waist, roll the shoulder back and turn the bottom and the top ribs up toward the ceiling. Now, extend your left arm along your side to lengthen the side of the trunk. Reach back with the fingertips and then reach back and continue to reach back as you take the arm up. Reach up from the armpit to the fingertips as you extend the arm out and over your ear. Stretch back from the left outer hip to the left outer heel and forward from the left outer hip through the armpit, elbow, wrist, and fingers. Press down into your left foot, pull with the left arm and come up. Turn for the other side. Take the brick outside of the left foot and come to Virabhadrasana 2 again. Keeping the trunk in the center, outer edge of the right foot down, inner right thigh away from the floor. Extend forward on an exhalation. Bring your hand to the brick. Turn the bottom ribs, turn the top ribs toward the ceiling. Keep the left arm along your side. Reach back. Keep reaching back to reach up. Reach up. Keep reaching up to take the arm out and over your ear. Make a straight line back from your left outer hip, right outer hip to your right outer heel, and forward from your right outer hip to the armpit, elbow, wrist, and fingers. Press the right foot down, pull with the right arm and come up, and step the legs back together. Take the brick away, and stand for a moment in Tadasana. And feel what feels different, what's changed for you in your Tadasana. Get acquainted with your breath. Keep spreading the back thighs away from the center line. Move the middle buttocks in, top thighs back as you press the feet down and inhale the arms again to Urdhva Hastasana. Bring the arms back down. Fingers in front of the chest, bend the knees, step or jump the arms and legs 4 feet apart again. Now this time you're going to turn the whole trunk around to face right. Turn the left foot way in, turn the right leg all the way out. Keep the arms extending. Turn the back leg, front thigh in, and use the arms to bring the trunk around to face forward. Bend the right knee and come to this pose called Vimanasana, where we have a bent front leg, a straight back leg, and the arms extended to the side. Turn around to face center. Now turn the right leg way in so that the right hip comes around to face forward. Turn the left leg out and use the arms to bring the trunk around to face the center. Keep the outer edge of the back foot down, lift the inner thigh up, bend the front knee and make a square. Keep the shoulders over the hips, keep extending the arms out to the side. And now straighten your front leg, turn your toes to face forward and come out. Now raise the arms to Urdhva Hastasana. Turn the left leg all the way in, turn the right leg out, and turn the left hip to face forward, pull the right hip back as you bend the right knee and make a square. Keep extending the arms from the sides of your waist all the way up through your fingertips. Press the outer edge of the left foot down and lift the trunk all the way up out of your pelvis. Straighten the leg, inhale, turn to face forward. Turn the left leg all the way out now. Turn the right leg in. Move the left hip back, the right hip forward, and raise the arms to Virabhadrasana 1. Keep the weight in the outer edge of the right foot. Keep the bottom ribs back. Lift the trunk up away from the pelvis. Turn the toes to face forward. And then step or jump the arms and legs back together again. Again, reacquaint yourself with your breath. Regroup. Notice the difference in your arms and legs standing in Tadasana. Next, we're going to do a pose called Baddha Hasta Uttanasana. Baddha means bound, hasta is arms, uttanasana is intense stretch. It's a standing forward extension holding the elbows. So elbows over the head, hold the elbows over your head, extend from the armpits to the elbows to lift the sides of the trunk and elongate them as you come down to Uttanasana. Keep both feet pressing, inner ankles lifting up, front thighs roll in, back thighs roll out. Press the tops of the thighs, middle of the thighs back toward the wall behind you as you release the armpits to the elbows and extend the sides of the trunk down. Pressing into your feet, come back up, release the arms, take the other arm on top. Inhale the arms up over your head. Keep extending from the sides of your waist all the way up to the elbows. Maintain that length. Inhale and then exhale, come forward. Again, both feet pressed evenly. Inner ankles lifting up, outer edges of the feet down. Front thighs turn in. Top of the thighs, middle of the thighs, move back. Extend from the armpit to the elbows to release the sides of the trunk and the head down further to the floor. And then pressing into your feet. Inhale all the way back up and release the arms down by your sides. Come back to Tadasana. And now get 2 bricks. If you don't have 2 bricks for the next pose, you'll do the pose with your hands on the waist. So you'll see in the first stage the hands are on the waist. You'll just keep them on the waist if you don't have 2 bricks, or if you can bring your hands to the floor, you could bring your hands to the floor. So I start here in Tadasana. Take the arms and legs apart, and as I did in the Virabhadrasana 1, but this time with the hands on the waist, I turn the left leg way in, turn the right leg all the way out, bring the right hip forward and the left hip back. Left hip forward and the right hip back. Then I keep the elbows lifted and extend forward, bring the hands down to the bricks. For concave Parshvottanasana. From the navel to the sternum, I extend forward as I press the thighs back. And then bring the hands back, lower the blocks down, or bring the hands to the floor on either side of my front foot. Turn the abdomen towards the right leg. Bend the elbows wide to the side to release the trunk down over the right leg. Then I straighten the arms and look forward, bring the hands on the waist. Switch the bricks to the other side. This is the intense stretch to the side, so that the trunk turns over the front leg. So now I turn the right leg way in, turn the left leg all the way out, and bring the right hip forward and the left hip back. Squeezing the upper arms to open the chest. I press down into the outer edge of my back foot. Inhale, look up. Exhale, lengthen forward from the pubis to the navel, to the sternum, to the crown of the head. I move the thighs back and keep extending the trunk forward. Then the hands down, bricks lowered or to the floor with the hands if you can. By the side of the foot, bend the elbows wide to the side. Keep turning the abdomen over the left leg, from the right to the left, as you bend the elbows wide to the side to release the sides of the trunk down over your left leg. Straighten the arms, look forward, bring your hands on the waist, turn your feet to face forward, step them together, and come back to Tadasana, the mountain pose. The next pose is Parvatasana in Virasana. We're going to sit in Virasana, which is the hero pose. So it can be helpful to open a blanket here to protect your knees a little bit. If your knees are tight, you can also put a folded blanket behind your knees. And then to sit in this pose, the knees come together or towards each other, and the heels come outside the hips. So you sit down between your heels, not on your heels. You can put a brick between the heels if you need, and see here that I have my fists here between my hips and my heels. So my heels are well outside the hips, whether I'm sitting on the floor or on a brick. The toes are spread and pointing straight back. If you're very tight in the knees or tighter in the knees, you can sit on 2 bricks for Virasana. So get what you need, gather what you need to do Virasana, the hero pose. If you have knee problems and that's not possible for you, you cross the legs at the shins, sit on some height for Swastikasana, and do this arm work in Swastikasana. So I'm coming to Virasana here. So come to your pose here. See how I kneel, bring the fingertips deep into the knees, and as I sit back, the fingers pull the calf muscle away from the back of the knee. Then I spread the sitting bones and turn the knees to face forward. So the outer shins have to press down here so the stop sign of the knee faces forward. And then reach underneath your kneecap, pull the shin bone toward the knee, and create a little bit of space there where the knee patella meets the shin. Move the bottom ribs back, sitting bones down, reach the arms forward, interlace the fingers, and press the palms. Extend the arms up over your head from the sides of the waist again, this time through the palms, squeeze the elbows in. Take the thumbs up higher than the pinkies. And as you press the palms up, press the sitting bones down, knees, shins, ankles, tops of the feet down. And now other side. Shins, ankles, tops of the feet down. Bottom ribs move back, middle buttocks, tailbone in, as you press the palms up towards the ceiling, and then release and come back down. Switch the interlace and go back up again. Again, as you take the arms up, see if you can go a little further back behind the ears. Take the thumbs higher than the pinkies. Release, come down, and do the other side. Exhale and release. Take a brick behind you. Parshva Virasana is next, the twist. If your legs are crossed, you'll just twist in Swastikasana. Raise the arms up, keep the length as you inhale, and then exhale, turn to the right. Bring the left hand across, take the right hand behind, and roll the right shoulder back as you take the left side ribs forward towards your right leg. Come back to the center, press the shins, ankles, tops of the feet down. Inhale the arms up, exhale, turn from the abdomen, take the right arm across, take the left hand behind. Roll the left shoulder back now and take the right ribs forward toward the wall in front of you. Spread the collarbones away from the sides of your neck. Take your head in whatever position works for you today. If you're in Swastikasana, switch the cross of your legs. Everybody take the arms up. Inhale maximum. Exhale from the abdomen, turn. Strong exhalation to turn. Roll the right shoulder back. Take the left ribs forward again. And this time spread the skin on your upper back from the right to the left and the skin on your upper chest from the left to the right. And see how that enables you to turn more. Keep your head in whatever position works for you today. Exhale back to the center. Inhale, raise the arms. Exhale, turn to the left again. Roll the left shoulder back. Take the right side ribs forward toward the wall in front of you. Spread the collarbones. And now this time turn the skin on your upper back from the left to the right. as you turn the skin on the chest from the right to the left. Keep the sides of the trunk long, and then exhale, release, and come back to face the center. You can take your bricks away now to the side. Take your blanket, if you used it, off of your mat. And we're going to come down and lie on the floor in a pose called Chatushpadasana, the four-footed pose. It makes the shape of a bridge. And to do this today, if you have a belt, get a belt now. It doesn't need to have a loop in it. In fact, it's better without a loop. So if you're using a belt or you have a belt, come to have your belt handy. Lie down on your back with your knees bent. Slowly lower yourself down. And once you get there, move the flesh of the buttocks toward the heels as you take the sides of your trunk away from the waist to create length in your lower back. Press the feet down, keep them parallel. Hold the sides of the mat and tuck the shoulders down underneath you. Move the tops of the shoulders down to the floor. Press into your feet and press into your arms. Roll the front thighs in toward each other and the back thighs out. Press the feet, arms down, and lift your buttocks, your hips, and your back ribs up away from the floor. Don't let the arms come away from the floor. Use the press of the arms and the feet to lift yourself away from the floor, and then exhale, slowly lower down. Take a breath to recover. And if you have a belt, now place the belt around the ankles, either the top of the ankle or continue to hold the mat if you don't have a belt. Now see, your arms want to come away from the floor here. Press them down, press the feet down, and again, inhale and come up. Lift the buttocks, back ribs, and hips away from the floor. And as you press the feet down now, pull the hamstrings away from the back of your knees to lengthen your back and see how you can lift even more. Continue to press the feet and arms down as you lower yourself back down and take a breath to recover. If you can hold your ankles and keep your feet on the floor, you can do the pose in that manner. But when I do this, you can see my heels lift up. Yours might too. So an intermediate stage is to place your palms under your heels and press the arms down. Stamp the heels down into your palms as you press the arms down and lift again to make Chatushpadasana, that bridge shape here. Continue to tuck the shoulders underneath you, lift the buttocks, lift the hips, lift the back ribs up. Pull the hamstrings away from the back of the knees to lengthen your back more. And then exhale, release, and come back down. If you practice Salamba Sirsasana, which is supported headstand, or Salamba Sarvangasana, shoulder stand, you can do those now. If you are practicing headstand, you follow it with shoulder stand. If you're not going to practice headstand, you can just do shoulder stand, that's fine, but headstand needs to be followed by shoulder stand. And the video now moves on to Shavasana. You can pause and come back to Shavasana if you're doing the inversions, or you can continue now with Shavasana. Sit down on the center of your mat with the knees bent and the feet flat on the floor. Move the flesh of the buttocks toward the heels and the sides of the trunk away from the waist to create space in your lower back. You lower the trunk down to rest on the elbows and carefully bring the torso to rest in a straight line on the floor. Straighten the legs one at a time. Have the legs together and the feet together. Then release any hold on the legs and let the feet drop out to the sides. Rest the extended arms by the sides of the trunk and have space between the upper chest wall and the inner upper arms. Rotate the upper arms, elbows, and wrists so that the palms face towards the ceiling, the hands resting on the middle knuckle. With the trunk and the limbs carefully and evenly placed, lower the upper eyelids down to the lower eyelids and release the pupils of the eyes away from the lids and into their sockets. Relax any tension that might be on the face, around the eyes, the cheeks, the lips, and the jaw. Relax the tongue and throat. Relax each and every muscle of the body. Don't let the flesh harden anywhere. Let the body become loose and feel it as though it is completely dropped onto the floor. Allow your back body, the back of the arms, the legs, and the whole back body to surrender into the earth, into the floor below you. To stop the mind becoming distracted by its own mental activity, watch your breathing. Allow the breath to become soft and even. You can continue to stay in Shavasana for as long as you like. When you're ready to come up, begin to bring a little movement into your body. Watch the breath slowly deepen, and then bend one knee at a time. Roll to your side, take a few breaths there, and notice anything that feels different from when you began this practice today. And then slowly press yourself up to a seated position and finish your practice. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Om peace, peace, peace.